Okay, folks, just hang in there. We're getting ready to go for another week of Linglestown Gazette morning update. Just have to get my browser set up. Every time we do this, you get a little look behind the scenes, as I don't have a director, so I have to do all this stuff myself. It takes a little bit of time. Hope everyone's doing well. Had a good weekend. I see I am live. Just make sure we're some sound. Talk to you. Whenever I see you, I always think of that night that we went out looking for homeless people in Lower Paxton Township in Harrisburg. It came up empty because it was so darn cold. Good morning, Crystal Bob. Okay, we're going to get started, folks. This is Linglestown Gazette morning update. A Monday, Wednesday. Looks like. Hold on here. All right. Looked like on my end it said the broadcast was held up. Anyways, this is Linglestown Gazette morning update for Monday, March. What is it? March 11th, 2019. And we're brought to you by Consolidated Insurance Services. They're our title sponsor. And they've been a title sponsor since sometime in 2017, I believe. They're located over at 6109 Jonestown Road in Paxtonia, more or less behind the Carnes Food Plaza. Auto, home, life, and business insurances. Look for the Erie Insurance sign. That's going to be your big reminder. Erie Insurance sign, Jonestown Road. We're also sponsored during the ramp up to the primary election this spring by the committee to re-elect Rich Mazzatesta and elect Ted Giovannis to the Central Dauphin School Board. Two candidates for the school board. And let's see who's here. Good morning, Leanne Snyder. My sister-in-law is checking in as well. We have 5 people watching live at the moment. I can't see everyone. Their names don't. Your names don't pop up unless you do something. But we're going to talk a little bit about a big issue in our nation, also our community, and that is the death of local news, and then get into our normal fare. The reason I bring up the whole idea about local journalism, local news, is that right now in the journalism community, it's what we call, in Pennsylvania at least, Sunshine Week. And sunshine has to do with the whole idea of local governments, government in general, be it local, county, state, federal, being open and transparent. And in many cases, that's not the case. And one of the things that helps to keep government open and transparent is local news, local journalism, and all that kind of thing. In our community, a little bit of a problem in that the business model used by Penn Live, the Patriot News, for decades and decades and decades has failed. Like other places, they're not getting enough advertising revenue. They scale back their operations, and guess what? They're not reporting on local government except for very high-level, salacious, attention-getting stories. Okay, so that's where little services like Linglestown Gazette can potentially come in. And what we're talking about is really the Constitution, our First Amendment rights. Right here, the First Amendment of the Constitution reads, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. So that's religion, but then it goes on to say, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. And then it goes on from there. The press is written right into the freaking Constitution. And what I tell people when I go out and speak is, how can you have freedom of the press when there is no press? And to further, there's a lot of journalists in our area, in our country, that talk about this. One gentleman who was laid off from a newspaper 10 years ago says he's worried that journalists are not being radical enough about how to create vibrant local news organizations. Well, that's what we're trying to do here. Without local news organizations, the health of our communities will be at risk. One new study found that a municipality's borrowing costs increase when local reporting dies. Without journalists, The risk of corruption, of mismanagement grows. And it goes on from there. So, I mean, we try and have fun here and pass along good community information, but it really is a dead serious thing. And that's why we're trying to invent the Community Watchdog System, the old CWS. And I think the key word here is the C, community. This particular operation is a non-profit. So all we have to do, we being those of us who are involved in it, is to very least, meet our expenses. We're doing that now. The one thing we're not doing is to keep this platform up and running. We have no full-time employees. I think a boutique news operation needs at least one, maybe two people if you're going to do sports to keep things up and running. But the whole thing is going to be driven by the C part, community. I'm telling you what, if you have one of these little puppies, what's this? It's a smartphone. If you have a smartphone, it's not a phone. It's really what I would call, I think it's not named properly. It's a mini broadcasting station. And there's a girl up in Selinsgrove, Hildy, I think her first name is Hildy. She started when she was 6 or 7 years old of doing a local community newspaper monthly in her town of Selinsgrove. She made national news here recently. If a 12-year-old can do it, why can't people in our community be involved in the community watchdog system? All right, I'm getting off my soapbox now. We'll go through some stuff here so you're up to speed on what's happening. I'm going to start off with our community watchdog here. We're going to be watchdogging. Watchdog report by Kane Mortgage. They're at specifically 4755 Linglestown Road, Suite 205. That's west of the village. And you can reach them at 717-541-5132. They're members of the Nationwide Mortgage Licensing System number 51058. The Central Dauphin School District's school board will be in action tonight. They physically meet at Central Dauphin East High's lecture hall. Okay? That meeting will start at 7 o'clock. You can also stream it online. If you go to the Central Dauphin School District's website, click on the school board section, you'll be able to find a live stream of that meeting if you don't watch it live. Some of the issues coming up tonight, there apparently are some problems, some controversy, something going on with the Central Dauphin East cheerleaders. Someone's going to be speaking on that, a member of the public. They're also going to be looking at college and high school courses. So creating some new college-level courses, apparently, including one on web design. The constant maturity swap is back. That's some sort of investment, alternative investment that the school district is looking at using once again. They've used it in the past. I can't explain it. Apparently, it looks like school board member Eric Epstein has invested quite a bit of time in looking into it. So that is up for approval. So the administration can move forward in putting that investment in place. And also we're going to be talking about realigning the actual time schedule used at East High School to carve out more instruction time. So that's just a look at what's happening tonight. I'll endeavor to try and follow that. But if one of you go to the meeting or you watch it online and you find something, let me know. Let me know what strikes your fancy. Be part of the CWS. How about that? We'll keep driving that home. Lower Paxton Township supervisors were scheduled to meet tomorrow night. They've canceled that meeting. And now they're going to be meeting with the Township Authority, Sewer Authority next week in a joint meeting. So more information on that as it comes up. The Sewer Authority is also running the stormwater one. Hey, Anthony, I've always had a gold microphone. It was just covered up. I'm now revealing it. That's really the only difference. Yeah, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Cole Performance Chiropractic. Dr. Cole came on with us. We have a Friday health tip with Crystal Bob, our host on Friday. The actual office is Platinum Fitness out in West Hanover Township, so I'd like to thank him for our support. One other note, you may have received in the mail a township newsletter. A video showed up on Friday from the township's communications director about the recycling program. The recycling program has changed. Waste Management picks it up, but then they send it to Penn Waste. And Penn Waste has a new format that's different than what we used in the past. So there's information there. I'll try and get you a link so you can get it. But it looks like aluminum and steel cans, plastic bottles and jugs, numbers 1, 2, and 5, newspapers, glass, cardboard. There's a different set of things here. One thing you can't throw out is styrofoam. No styrofoam. And I did see a note from Polly Murphy that Lower Paxton Township, whether you know it or not, has a van service for seniors, including me. You have to be 60 years or up. I'm 60, so I qualify. And riders must be independently mobile. That van runs 5 days a week from 8 a.m. until 3:30 p.m., no weekends. A $1 donation is suggested each way, but not required. And they go to places like Hershey Medical Center, doctors within reasonable distance, including the West Shore. So that information's now, I wanted to pass that along. You may not even know that the township does have that service. Moving into community news, brought to you by St. Thomas Roasters Coffee House, the capital of coffee in all of the Harrisburg region. I mean, they make the coffee right there in the coffee house. I don't have the list of coffees, but they usually start out with 5 a day, and they break it down, the different coffees. You get whatever you want, right? A lot of news coming out of Coons Poll. The poll did qualify for a county gaming grant, and something like $22,000. That's going to be used to paint the outside and inside of the pool's bathhouse, which is in big need of paint. We also got a donation from a foundation of $1,000. So, and also there's a sign-up day, a special sign-up day, discount sign-up day on April 27th. So the pool is rounding into shape, and looking forward to pool season. Hopefully things dry out by then. We're also brought to you by, I mentioned him earlier, the Fat Man. And good morning to you, Becky Kraft. See, you came online. Connie Ackery, good morning to you. Brought by the Fat Man. That's fatmanclothingcompany.com. Sold by the Fat Man. Made for everyone. Clothing and accessories. Check out that website, fatmanclothing.com. Last call, folks, for the Panther Ram Foundation. All right, it's a foundation that supports Central Dauphin School District. They're having a Night of Excellence, Saturday, March 30th. Today is the last day to sign up for that particular event. Linglestown Gazette's involved. We have sponsored a table, and we have 6 seats, and I believe David Jones with Consolidated Insurance Services is going to take one of those. So 5 seats. 5 seats still available. It's $60 donation, goes to the foundation. You get a beautiful dinner at Colonial, well, they're calling it Colonial Ridge Country Club. Used to be Colonial Golf and Tennis Club. Before that, Colonial Country Club. Right there on off of Linglestown Road. There's cocktails. I've purchased things at a silent auction years going by. There's a program, an award ceremony to end the thing off. You get to meet some great people. They usually have students playing music and displaying their art. So it's a great night for our community and a night for our school district. Panther Ram Foundation. Again, 5 seats. Contact me if you want to reserve one of those, and we'll get you on our table. Crystal, Bob, and I are planning to attend. I think that's it on that. We're going to wrap things up with our Tonino's Pizza Sports Report. Tonino's Pizza. Pizza, subs, stromboli, salads, and Italian dishes. We work with the one over on Progress Avenue across from Susquehanna Township High School. Our winter sports, for the most part, ended late last week. Josh Miller, Ty Weathersby, Jackson Talbot, and Marquise Holton, Central Dauphin Rams wrestlers who competed in the individual state tournament. They all got knocked out on Friday. It did not make it to Saturday's competition, as far as I know. But nevertheless, having 4 wrestlers make the state tournament is a sign of, I think, a good sign of things to come, because a lot of these guys, I know at least half of these guys are underclassmen, and I believe this year is more or less a building year for the wrestling team. So congratulations to them. One other sponsor here, CBC Cabinetry and Flooring. They're located in the Union Deposit Road corridor, where quality and affordability come together for all your home improvement needs. Thank you for your support. The Central Dauphin Rams ladies basketball team, the Central Dauphin Lady Rams, also got bumped from state tournament action. That was on Friday night at Milton Hershey's Spartan Center. I was there along with the Linglestown Gazette sports crew. They dropped a spirited game, 47-36, to a team out of the Philly area, among the Upper Dublin Cardinals, located out of Fort Washington there in Montgomery County. They were the defending state champs. Our girls gave them a tussle, but in the end could not keep up. 47-36, they drop out. But again, our girls team has a good base of players moving ahead. There's 2 seniors that started, and only one of those, Sam Gress, had extensive experience. So everyone else was just getting up to speed this year, and they turned in an outstanding season. So good things ahead there. I do want to announce that Linglestown Gazette is teaming up with the boys and girls lacrosse teams. Again, I don't have my card here, but community, we are assisting them. They're going to be driving their reports in terms of what happens game by game. And, we're not going to have Linglestown Gazette reporters there. The team is going to be providing information. And if you have a team out there and you want coverage, we have ways of doing that. So we are teaming up with the girls and boys lacrosse teams this year. Look for that coverage to begin soon. And, of course, I did pick up a Harrisburg Senators schedule. Their opening game is April 4th at City Island, 6:30. They're playing the Bowie Bay Sox, because not too long before the Senators are back in action. That about does it, folks. Have 7 people watching. That's not bad. I'd like to thank you for that, and look forward to working with you on the Community Watchdog system. This is Bill Bostic, your wannabe. I still want to be Walter Cronkite. Probably never will get there, but that's okay. And this is Linglestown Gazette Morning Update, brought to you by Consolidated Insurance Services and school board candidates Rich Mazzatesta and, I have to get the other one, and Ted Giovannis. Rich Mazzatesta, Ted Giovannis. I'll get that blown into my brain here. Have a good Monday. We'll see you Wednesday for our next report. Talk to you later. If I can turn it off here. Okay.